Trump has done the unthinkable in capturing and imprisoning the president of Venezuela. How you just take a world leader and put him in the prison? Let's check it out. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Blue. This channel, we find the truth, seek understanding, and be the light. So President Trump does the craziest thing. Apparently, he's captured, arrested, taken to prison. I don't even know what to call it. The president of Venezuela. And which is interesting because there's a lot of Venezuelans that were here on TPS. Now, one of the big things that was happening recently is that apparently Venezuela has been shipping by boat a lot of drugs. So they say, allegedly. They've been shipping a lot of drugs, and there's been missiles that have been sent out destroying these drugs, of course, taking the lives of those that were on the ship as well. And now there seems to be a lot of heated stuff that's been going on between Trump and the president. There was talks of war, but not necessarily. I mean, Venezuela, I wouldn't think is a country that can really handle America to that extent. So there really would have been much of a war anyways. But now it's literally came out of nowhere to where Trump, and that's the interesting thing. Like, I saw the news from Ground Out News that Trump was essentially saying that they were going to be taking over Venezuela. And my first thought was, well, how the heck would he do that? I mean, we just coming in and we don't do stuff like that. He's kind of this craziness, more Trump craziness that's going on. And then it got even crazier because one of my homeboys that hit me up talking about, yo, what's your uncle doing? President Trump is now taking presidents. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? But here's the crazy thing. Y'all. Venezuelans are happy that this happened. So I'm like, yo, how bad was this guy? He's out of sight, out of mind. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to look at this from an unbiased perspective. So president for Venezuela has been captured by Trump, which is nuts. That's crazy. I've never heard anybody do anything like that before. And to me, it's like, yo, why would you even do something like that? That's crazy. Do you even really have? Of course, everybody's going to say, no, he doesn't have the legal means to do such things. Yet somehow he's here. So eventually, I guess it's going to get to the courts at some point, and then they're going to release him if he actually cannot do that. But let's just go ahead and go into these videos really quick and just see how the Venezuelans, those that have lived in Venezuela and that came from that country, are reacting to this action.
Back here at home, the Houston area is home to one of the largest Venezuelan communities in the country, and reactions continue to pour in this morning. Michelle Troy joins us in the studio with local reaction. Michelle, you spoke with families. What are you hearing?
Hey there, Trace, and I did. And what stood out most was that these gatherings weren't just about celebration. They were deeply emotional. Many of the people who came together didn't even know each other, but they hugged, cried, and stood side by side, united by one thing: hope.
¡Viva Venezuela!
Yeah, you can hear it there. Cheers and celebration erupted as word spread of President Nicolas Maduro's capture outside a popular Latin market in Katy, affectionately known as Venezuela. Houston is home to the second largest Venezuelan population in the country. Now, what started as a small gathering Saturday morning quickly grew into an emotional all-day show of unity for Houston's Venezuelan community. As the hours passed, the crowd continued to grow. Families arriving with flags, sharing laughter, hugs, and tears. Many told us this moment represents something they never thought they'd see: hope of returning home, reuniting with loved ones, and finally turning the page after years of uncertainty.
Today what we're seeing is we're going to get our families back. Many of the people will return. I will be able to visit Venezuela again, which is something I haven't done in the last 14 years.
It's amazing. I never thought that I would see this happen. It's the biggest feeling ever. I'm grateful and thankful and hopeful this is happening.
Yeah, and for some families we spoke with, the joy is also mixed with uncertainty. Questions, of course, remain about what happens next in Venezuela. They tell us they are watching closely and hoping this moment leads to lasting stability. Trayson.
Thanks so much.
lasting stability, y'all. Now, I don't know if these emotions are just cap. I mean, they've been in America and they live in a red state. I don't know about their city, whatever, but I mean, Texas is a red state, and there's a lot of people from Texas, even though they're Hispanic descent, that did vote for Trump. So there's also that. But apparently, based off of what they're saying, I don't know much about what was going on with Venezuela, but clearly, if people were coming over here on TPS, Venezuela was not in a good state. And it seemed like there's a lot of civil unrest that was going on in Venezuela, some issues politically in Venezuela that was allowing them to come, that, you know, us in America allowed them to come over here in the first place. And they're happy. Now, granted, this was a small group. Let's keep that in mind. This was a small group that was happy that this was taking place. They're happy that the president was captured, and they're in high hopes that Venezuela will see brightness, the sun, another day. I'm not a journalist, guys. I'm just looking at it. I'm just an average dude, but it's just very interesting seeing this right now. People call this craziness, but it's just, you know, kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Here in the Bay Area, the news that the U.S. had forcibly removed Maduro has left many wondering what impact will we see here. This could have major implications, not just for Venezuelan Americans, but for global politics, even for oil markets. NBC Bay Area's Alyssa Gordon spoke with some Venezuelan Americans today in the South Bay. Alyssa, what are they telling you?
Yeah, Garvin, many wanted to come together with other Venezuelan community members in San Jose tonight. They told me that they couldn't sleep last night as they watched this whole situation develop. They said that they spent the night messaging back and forth with family and friends about it, and now they want to celebrate.
Okay, so she's saying the same thing. She said it herself. Venezuelans are happy that this happened. People from the country are happy that this is happening to their country. So let's keep going.
Dancing, food, and celebration took over this Venezuelan food truck hub in San Jose.
So Texas and now San Jose, we're at a completely different state. This is a blue state, a liberal state. And they are excited. They are happy that this is happening, guys. So even though completely different states, the emotions are still the same from the people coming from this country.
Happy, I'm very excited.
Owner Joel Silva is rejoicing at the news that the U.S. has captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Silva came to the U.S. from Venezuela about a decade ago.
Venezuela is free.
Dozens of Venezuelan Americans dropped by, some feeling overcome with emotion about this news.
Hope and anger and sadness and stress.
But a different scene unfolded in other places across the country, including San Francisco, where people filled the streets protesting the U.S. attack on Venezuela.
We're against war, and we need that funding to come here to our communities where we need to lower the cost of living, have stronger public education.
I can't believe Trump has started yet another war for oil.
Rebuild the oil infrastructure.
President Donald Trump saying Saturday that removing Maduro from power will open the door to Venezuela's major oil reserves.
It could create a bit more supply for the world oil market.
Severin Borenstein, faculty director at UC Berkeley's Energy Institute, expects the president will ask U.S. oil companies to invest in Venezuela's oil infrastructure. But Borenstein has doubts about how much that will impact the prices we see in America.
The idea that somehow the U.S. consumer is going to get this oil and it's going to make gasoline a lot cheaper is really not supported.
The president says the U.S. will be running Venezuela for the time being, but didn't share any details about who will be involved or how that would work.
And we're already hearing about more protests against this U.S. action in Venezuela. There's another one scheduled for 3 p.m. Sunday in San Jose at the Mexican Heritage Plaza. Garvin and Gia, back to you.
Okay, So the reason I kept stopping over here, it's like I was saying before, this is California, liberal nation. You see who's out here protesting for another country that they don't live in? I do not see any Venezuelans here. I do not see any Venezuelans here. She might be Venezuelan, but I don't even think she was talking about things that were going in Venezuela, just, the US using their money for other things and not war. So we have people here in America that's upset about what's going on in Venezuela, a country that they don't live in. Meanwhile, the people that left Venezuela and came over here are glad and saying that their country is now going to be safer. It's how I'm not going to do that hand motion because y'all already know what that is. So it's just doesn't where I don't get it, y'all. I don't get what it is that we want. We want to help other people. We help other people, but our methods in helping other people is not condoned. So now we're upset and now we're protesting, even though the people that we were helping are glad and happy that this happened. We're bringing relief in the people that we want to help, but we are upset. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? It's like there's never any happiness with those that actually live here and dealing with other people. Are there situations where we shouldn't be getting involved? Yeah, sure. Could there just have been a situation where Trump saw an opportunity, found a corrupt president for a country that had a lot of oil, and now we're going to take the president and claim control of the country so that we can control the oil? That could very well be a case. It'll be very hard to justify America just coming in and taking over these oil countries because this is a different country. They have their own laws, their own regulations, and it has to be approved. You can't just come in and swipe it. There has to be there's its own nation, guys. But some may say, hey man, this is President Trump. You never know. He might just. I don't know. We don't know with this president because this is something that I was not expecting, that a lot of people was not expecting. So there is some questions and there is some concerns in regards to that area, why we came in and did, why Trump came in and did what he did to Venezuela. And that is very concerning. Absolutely right. But he also took care of a big situation that is causing the people from that country happiness. People that have been living here, happiness. They're in joy that this happened. Something's not adding up. And so it could be a situation where you have, and this is just me thinking, this could be a situation where you have, a president that's benefiting from, well, I guess Donald Trump, that's benefiting from the arrest of this president by means of oil for his country. Ultimately, it's not like he's going to store the oil and stuff like that, but there could be some more investment stuff, some money schemes that could be happening. But at the end of the day, the people are happy of what's going on. What's the difference between this and the Democrats when they opened up the floodgates and allowed for those at the borders and stuff like that? And even in an easier sense, those that have TPS with Haiti, issues that's happening with Haiti. What is the difference between what Trump is doing and what the Democrats are doing? You think they really care about people like that to just allow people to come in? No, they don't care about the people like that. They care that they got more heads and trying to get more heads accumulated into America so that they can be counted as a head count. Why wouldn't you vote for the person that allowed you to leave the home in which you were in fear for your life or which you were struggling and stuff like that to come to America? And now you're able to do what other Americans can do. Not only that, they're giving you more because back, as I mentioned before, when my family migrated over here to America, we weren't given, they weren't given all the free stuff and the generosities that the migrants, illegal migrants and legal migrants have been provided by now. They had to work for everything. So why do you think they're doing such things? It's for votes, guys. It's for votes. It was very specific on their plans, especially in New York. They even said it straight up that they were trying to bring people in certain areas, the migrants in certain areas, so that they can increase the population, so that they can gain more representatives every district and get more votes. They said this, but people were able to leave the country and come and live here. So it's kind of a I scratch my back, you scratch, or I scratch your back, you scratch mine type thing. And the same thing is happening here. So the real question is, I don't even know what the real question is. I don't even know what the real question is. All I know is this is interesting. Trump continues to do what Trump does. Whether it's for the betterment or the detriment of the company or of the country and other countries, we're just going to continue to see, because as it stands, he is still president and will do what he does. This is a sketch situation, and I will call it out. It is sketch, and there may be some money moves that's being done in regards to this, but the Venezuelans are happy. The people of the land, the people that came from the land, they're happy. So I don't know. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm gonna catch you next one. Take it easy. Peace.